Welcome to night 2 of the first ever Guy at the Movies virtual film festival. It has been a packed day so far, and we are not done yet. I'm very happy tonight to be watching Night Hunter with some of my favorite cinephiles from Instagram, YouTube, the personalities that you see us interacting with all the time. I think will be a fun watch tonight, leading up to the Q&A with the director, David Raymond, at 9 o'clock. So please tune in for that. Tonight we're watching Night Hunter. Night Hunter is a crime drama, a thriller, if you will, starring Henry Cavill, Alexandra Daddario, and Ben Kingsley. It had some pretty mixed reactions when it was released, but it's become one of my favorites. And I think when you hear from the director later, you'll understand a little bit more about the filmmaking process and the intent, which probably shapes how I look at everything with it. But excited to watch. So in order to get through this live stream tonight, I have some guests that I'm going to bring in. First and foremost, Mr. Jaron here. How's it going?
Hey, how's it going? Thank you for having me on. I'm really excited to be a part of this.
Thanks for being here. As always, very happy to have you. And,
What's that? Your audio kind of cut out there.
Tell people where you come from. I hit the button too early.
All right.
And what you do here on YouTube and Instagram.
Yeah, so you can find me on YouTube at Jaron Talks Movies. Pretty much on here, I do all the movie reviews for the newest films. I do rankings. I do reaction videos, all the different stuff. Also, you can find me on Instagram at Jaron Talks Movies as well. And then on Twitter at Jaron Williams 14.
Excellent. Great content as always, Jaron. Just like Mr. WatchAlong himself and the man that never sleeps, Elliot, Mr. Movie Files, how's it going?
Good, man. Good. Excited to be day 2. We had the pleasure to open up the festival with the first watch. Well, not the first watch along, but with the group of panelists with Extraction last night. But it was really fun, and I'm excited to be here tonight because I'm a huge Henry Cavill fan, and this is my first time checking this film out. So very excited.
Excellent. Elliot, tell people your whole deal, where you're from, and what you do.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I'm Elliot here at Movie Files. Your latest movies as far as VOD, because I'm not going to the theater, unfortunately, anytime soon. So, whether that's a movie on Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, you name it, as well as TV shows. I do a lot of watch-alongs on my channel as well. And it's an abundance of different content of movies and shows on the channel. So definitely check me out if you guys want to find some hidden gems or maybe stay away from some films that maybe aren't too good. But definitely check me out. And also I'm on all the other social media accounts. But very excited to be here tonight.
You can always tell from your thumbnails where we're going with that review or what we're going to get out of it. I'm like, oh boy, oh no. I hope it's good. So his second time on the stream today on the festival after talking about Hollywood North, Vancouver, is Mr. Brando Critic. Brandon, how's it going?
Good, man. How are you?
Oh, here we are.
Packed day.
One of these.
Yeah, it's been a packed one. And Jaron, Elliot, nice to see you guys again. And I haven't seen this movie. I didn't actually hear about it until you told me about it. And honestly, though, I read the synopsis and found it was filmed in my backyard. So I can't wait to check it out.
Excellent. So we are going to go ahead and get started with the festival. Of course, we are kind of jam-packed and everything. So we'll do a 3, 2, 1 play if everyone is ready. And for those that are watching, this is available on Amazon Prime Video. I'll give you just a couple seconds to get primed. No pun intended. All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
I started mine a little bit early because I know it has like ads.
Yeah.
The boys.
I always have to play catch up right at the beginning,
Yeah.
So Jaron watched it. I definitely know that. Brandon and Elliot, I know you guys are first time watches.
Mm-hmm.
But what entices you about the film, if anything, right off the bat? I know, Elliot, you talked a little bit about liking Henry Cavill, and is that enough to pull you in?
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, besides Kal-El, my favorite Superman that we've gotten on the big screen, no disrespect to Christopher Reeves and others, but I just love Henry Cavill's portrayal of Superman. But no, Man from U.N.C.L.E., obviously Fallout, and some of the other stuff, his TV stuff, Tutors and stuff like that. I think he's a great actor. So I just love Henry Cavill, and I love to see him in these different roles. Again, we're so synonymous knowing him for Superman, but he's just a really great actor. Like I said, Man from U.N.C.L.E. is one of my most beloved films from him and Army Hammer and all that stuff. But no, that definitely sells me. And seeing that it's a crime thriller, really interested to see him in this role. And of course, the rest of the cast is fantastic. So I love a good crime thriller with some great actors. So yeah,
especially psychological thrillers like this one are always very interesting.
definitely.
Brando, how about you?
I gotta go. It's funny. It's in the snow. It's got to be filmed in Canada, man. No, but I mean, like, I was talking about it earlier today with you, like how Canadian films don't normally get a budget, and just seeing this movie have a cast like Henry Cavill and Ben Kingsley and Alexandra Daddario, right? So I figured, you know what, I have to give my home country some service, and I got to check out more of those. So yeah, I'm here to check this one out.
Excellent. Jaron, you and I had a conversation about it earlier this week. Tell us your thoughts.
As you know, I've already seen it. I'm definitely like really interested in this genre. Like, this is one of my favorites. Obviously, the cast is stacked. Like Elliot said, Henry Cavill is a very versatile actor. So anything he's in, I'm gonna check it out eventually. Also, had never heard of this one until you mentioned it to me. But I watched it and I have some thoughts about it. But maybe those will change a little bit. I'm curious to see how it'll be for me on my second viewing.
Very good. It's always interesting watching a film after your first initial take, right? Going back and seeing what you missed. And, sometimes that doesn't work in the film's favor. Sometimes it's like a little worse. But, we'll definitely see where this goes. So, Brandon, you said this was in your backyard?
Well,
not obviously literally, but...
Not in Vancouver. It was filmed in Manitoba, which is your Arkansas of Canada, so to speak. Kind of your Midwest, middle of the country, flat land, lots of wheat fields. So filmed there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We're getting the first look and backstory of Henry here. Hope that Elliot's are. Oh, there he is. Saw you left for a second.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Welcome back.
This new camera I have has been, let's just say, working out the kinks.
Yeah, I understand that. Can we just talk about how big Henry Cavill looks in that chair?
Very big.
Insane.
Oh, and he's British in this movie, I see.
Yeah.
That's kind of nice. I kind of dig it.
Not have to mask the accent, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It always drives me a little crazy.
What year was this that this film came out?
2018, I think.
2018. Gotcha. And was it, because I know you interviewed the director, was it a production that was pretty, like, it took a while to get picked up from Amazon, or like was it pretty...
I think it ran into a lot of issues, especially when it came to the time that he had with each actor. That was a huge issue. Like they had planned certain shoots, and it kept getting reduced. And the one interesting, I think, piece of the filmmaking journey is that he would say, if you get behind one day, that has to be tacked on to the next day. And then when that's tacked on to the next day, it pushes things back, but then you also have union hours. And, if you're working with a child, it's amazing the different complexities that you could have in trying to bring your vision to life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like as soon as it's kind of like a drive-through. It's like you get one car's order wrong, then it just has a ripple effect throughout the rest of the cars.
Yeah, right.
That's my old McDonald's manager brain talking in the back, back of my mind. But he's totally right. Like I remember like sometimes this is just gross what we're seeing. Talking about oh man,
yeah,
it's uncomfortable.
It bothers me so much. And that totally looks like a college dormitory, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, the reason I asked about the when was this film, because I don't know why I just immediately thought of when he was shooting this versus like BBS, and I noticed he has a very different hairstyle and mustache. So I wonder if that affected BBS at all, but no.
My question though, Brando, that white like head scarf or head thing that she was wearing, do you have one of those? Is that like general issue in Canada?
What, the coat that she's wearing right now?
No. In the previous scene, that the white thing that she had around her ears.
Oh, is that only a Canadian thing? Maybe it is.
Okay, poor joke. We'll move on from that one.
I know you guys call them beanies, but we call them toques.
Dude, that's kind of catchy.
Yeah. It's like wear a toque. I think I have a toque of my own. Hold on a second. And Stanley Tucci.
Stanley Tucci, yeah.
He's an actor that no matter how bad the movie is, he's always great in it. Like, it's a movie that he's an actor that's just impervious to just a bad performance.
Ooh, I don't know why. What was it? Terminator, Transformers. Last night as Merlin.
Right.
That performance was something.
You also have Nathan Fillion in this as well.
Yes.
Oh wow.
So it is a pretty packed cast.
Mm-hmm.
I actually watched a Stanley Tucci movie last night called The Lovely Bones. Have you guys seen that movie?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with Saoirse Ronan and
Mark Wahlberg.
Was that who's the director of that one?
I'm trying to let me look right now.
Oh man, who was
Peter
that?
Jackson.
Peter Jackson. Yeah, I didn't personally. I didn't like that. I don't know how you felt about it, but I wasn't a big fan of it.
I struggled.
I didn't think it was terrible, but I didn't think it was great either.
Yeah, and Mark Wahlberg was the dad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
AJ, welcome, buddy. Good to see you.
What's up, AJ?
Enjoy.
How's it going, AJ?
There we go. It's getting a little chilly out here.
Nice. Wait, what's it called? Toque?
A toque.
Nice toque.
Yeah. And you guys call them beanies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Or toboggans.
Oh, toboggan. We call those, or sled, like a sled.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fun.
You really Canadian. Put both on.
I really like Alexandra Daddario as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think the only things I really seen her in was Baywatch, her and the Dwayne Rock Johnson disaster film, and then True Detective.
Right. She was in a couple episodes of New Girl. She was like the hot neighbor that they're all trying to like get with.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
You guys watched Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Never seen it.
Oh, okay. So she was on an episode of that too.
Is it good?
Girl. Yeah, to me it is, but it's a very particular humor wise. It's very vulgar, very mature to say the least.
Which one is that?
Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh yeah. It is something.
Yeah.
Mindless entertainment, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Kingsley just has that like menacing look.
Mm-hmm.
I think Ben Kingsley has like, he can equally, there's some actors that you cannot see as a villain, and there's some actors who you cannot see as the hero. I think Ben Kingsley like perfectly rides that line. Like,
yeah,
he can definitely do both. Like Denzel Washington can definitely do both as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What has he been? I'm trying to think of like Ben Kingsley in a role where he's more of the hero, right off the top of my head.
Well, Gandhi.
Yeah, Gandhi.
Yeah. Good point. Good point. Using that hand sanitizer. Everyone out there, stay safe. Wash your hands.
So far, again, first time watch. So Ben Kingsley, he works with the police to catch child predators.
Not necessarily.
Not really.
No? Okay.
And is Henry Cavill a detective?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. Then, yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, he the scene when he's talking about his daughter and like online like guys who are like, oh yeah, his friends are a bunch of girls, right? It's only pictures of him. Yeah, I know a girl who kind of went through something similar. Like someone like took all her pictures on the account and like made a fake account and like posed as someone else, and then they followed me. Jeez. And yeah, we ended up catching the guy. So it's an issue that hits close to home. I'm like, what in the world? This girl's doing pornographic stuff now. I'm like, oh wait, no, that's definitely not her. It's a fake account. So yeah.
Internet, man.
It's honestly terrifying.
Yeah.
I just always think, remember when this is probably a rabbit hole not to go down, but remember when like To Catch a Predator was such a big like voyeuristic TV show, right? Like like everyone was just so pumped to like watching these people get nabbed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a beanie. Now she's wearing a beanie.
I was just kind of looking through Ben Kingsley, his filmography, man. This guy is constantly working ever since like the freaking late 80s. He's always coming out with a movie every single year.
Has he ever turned in a bad performance?
I'm sure Love Guru is pretty out there.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I haven't seen that movie.
Yeah.
I was gonna say though, everything I've seen him in, he does really good.
Yeah, he did an interview. I don't know for what movie, but he said something that was actually pretty great. He said that, you know, see that right there, she's wearing a toque for sure, or a beanie with the giant thing on her head.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he said like actors have to diversify now because, you know, he can't stand who actors like, I only do drama, I only do comedy. Which like, well, you know what, your profession is to act, right? And if you need to do a comedy, if you need to do drama, you need to do action. Well, then that's your paycheck. That is your income. So you have to diversify, and especially with all the different films coming out now on streaming services and movie theaters and so many different options, that you have to diversify.
For sure. He has not smiled once in this movie.
I would say the brooding Henry Cavill.
It's interesting, you know, of course, Superman is kind of like that, you know, goody role. And then you have obviously him in Mission Impossible Fallout. What about like, what do you prefer him as? Do you think he pulls off the villain, the brooding, angry man well?
Well, again, going back to my love for Man from U.N.C.L.E., the whole like who would spy to you, what side are you on, the Americans or the Russians, and just kind of playing both sides. I like when he plays kind of both sides of it. Like in Fallout, you know, we thought for the first half of the film he was on, you know, Ethan's team, and then obviously kind of turns out he's the working with the syndicate. So I like when he does both sides actually. And you get that with Man of Steel too, you know, the evil Superman when he's you know, has those moments with Batman and stuff like that. But I think that's what makes Henry Cavill so well. He can play both sides of the spectrum.
Yeah. Jaron, how about you?
Yeah, I kind of agree. I like it when he can do both, but at the same time, I don't know. I guess I just prefer him more as a good guy. I'm just used to him being Superman. But he definitely can do well, or with both of them, really.
I'm with you. Brandon, same thought?
Yeah, I'm just going through his filmography. Like, I haven't seen that much. I guess I've seen Man of Steel. I've seen him as Superman in all those movies. I've seen Man from U.N.C.L.E. and then Mission Impossible Fallout. But yeah, I mean, I think he has the look. I mean, I guess I've only seen him as a villain once, and he did a good job. So again, a small sample size, but I think he can do both. And I mean, he's like everyone's. I know a lot of people want him to be James Bond. I think he can do it.
Definitely.
Did you guys watch The Witcher?
I did not.
Oh, I love that show. Took about 3 episodes to kind of get used to it, but it was such a fun show.
Is he a good guy or a bad guy in that?
He's a good guy. The main guy was it? Can't think of the character's name, but no, he was great in it. That show was great too. If you like supernatural, medieval times.
I watched the first episode and for no reason at all, just fell off of it a little bit.
Oh yeah, it takes a while to get into it because I didn't know the lore of The Witcher, so all of the wizards and magic and all that stuff was kind of daunting at first. But once you kind of get a rhythm after the 3rd or 4th episode, it really kind of picks up.
Because it's like multiple timelines, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're watching. Yeah. I don't want to spoil anything if you guys ever watch it, but yeah, definitely 2 different parallel storylines going on. Oh, okay.
I completely forgot Stanley Tucci was in this. Cracks me up with Stanley Tucci too, being like I always think of him in Hunger Games in that role, how kooky that was.
Mhm.
Oh, I forgot he was even in that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. One thing that I'm impressed by already is the cinematography. And I don't know
Yeah.
if this is just from my film school background, but whenever I hear like Canadian movie, I just think low budget, like
Mhm.
just throw it out there. You know what I mean? But maybe it's the CinemaScope aspect ratio. But like, I mean, I gotta hand it to the cinematographer. Like this looks really good.
Hey, Brent, have you seen the what was it, Code 8 on Netflix that came out last year? And I know Netflix picked it up earlier this year.
I missed it, but I know what movie you're talking about.
Mhm. Yeah, I actually kind of really like that.
It was really good.
Robbie,
Better. It exceeded expectations.
yeah, definitely.
Look it up
I'm
here.
glad that it got that wide berth on Netflix as well.
Netflix, yeah.
I had seen it when it first came out and rented it, and I felt like it was something that more people would enjoy. Now it's going to be a Quibi show.
Really?
Yeah, which is yeah. I don't even. I'm surprised Quibi's still doing shows. Have you guys watched any other their programming?
What do they have? I know they have the Rayshawn show, right? Just because I follow what's her name from Hamilton? Jasmine Cephas Jones.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all I know.
Oh, that
they
is
have.
her, right? Huh.
Yeah.
They have. I mean, growing up, like Reno 911 was always a funny comedy, and they have revived that, and it's actually really funny. So I subscribed to watch the first season of that. But they're 7-minute episodes, so if you spend like a little over an hour, you're done.
I thought I heard like 2 months ago that Quibi was dying. Like I thought it was going under, but like now it's starting to get revived again. I don't know.
Well, I think haven't they allowed it on like TVs now? Because the first launch was just on your phone, but now you can watch it on different platforms.
That's smart.
Yeah. It's kind of cool though, not to get on a tangent, but one of the things they do, like for instance, watching Reno 911, if you're holding your phone up straight, like horizontally, they you get one scene or you get one view, and then if you turn it the other way, you get a different camera view.
Oh, that's
so
wow.
It's kind of a neat way of doing it.
Got to give props for trying to change the medium.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like the cinematography that just went to Steadicam right here.
Mm-hmm.
I really like this sequence though.
Mm-hmm.
If Henry Cavill turned a corner and was a cop coming after me, I would be like, okay, God.
Yeah.
Please don't hurt me.
Yeah. I think the hairstyle kind of matches the unkempt nature of the story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like if he was like all like chiseled and just like, I'm here to save you, like it wouldn't fit at all. So
Definitely.
I feel like I got to give props to the makeup and the hairstyling for it too.
I'm here to save you.
Like just pulling the Superman. Hello, Mr. Child Abductor Man. What are you doing here? But yeah.
So we're being introduced to another character here. I do think he has a long career ahead of him, and I'm gonna ask you the same, like similar things about Alexandra Daddario when she pops up a little bit more, and we're gonna see more out of Ben Kingsley. So we'll talk about them soon too. But as far as the cast goes, I'm really impressed with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, she was in Percy Jackson. I haven't seen any of those movies.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't either.
So curious too, Joe. When you guys had that conversation with the director, did he mention anything about the budget of this film?
I can't recall. I feel like I remember him saying that it obviously came in, or not obviously, but it came in lower than was expected. Or I guess it got reduced, I should say. But yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm just kind of looking at it. Did not do that well with critics, apparently.
No,
At least on Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah.
And it says Nomis. Is that a different name for it?
Yeah, so the first name for it was Nomis. The studio, when they released it, changed it. And he hates it. He absolutely hates Night Hunter.
Oh, they had to change it, yeah. Night Hunter sounds like a very, very, very standard title.
Hollywood title, yeah.
Hollywood, yeah, exactly.
The very first night that or the very first time I talked to him, I was like, nervous talking to a filmmaker at first. And I said, Night Hunter. He goes, it's not called Night Hunter. It's called Nomis. And I was like,
So NOMIS stands for National Offender Management Information System. Interesting.
Probably not the same.
Really?
So this is definitely giving me some prisoner vibes here, that this guy might be a pawn to the bigger threat, or taken at a young age. You guys have seen Prisoners, I assume?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
I haven't.
I watched it last night again, actually.
Gotcha. Definitely a great film, Brandon. Definitely worth checking out, man. Just
I'm
one of the
thinking
favorite.
about doing a reaction video to it, because that's one that I've been told by many people. You gotta watch that one.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
Yes. Paul Dano, Hugh Jackman's one of my favorite performances from him, and Jake Gyllenhaal always delivers.
I forgot about that film, actually. Not because I didn't like it, just it's one of those that,
I mean, it's a hard rewatch. It's not definitely not a feel-good movie for sure.
No,
it's very true.
Yeah.
It's very, very true.
Who directed it?
Oh, my boy, Denis Villeneuve.
Yeah, Denis. Yeah.
My favorite director.
Her eyes are so piercing.
They are.
They are.
Really are. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was thinking about saying that, but I'm like, oh, do I go right for the looks right away?
I mean, hey, she's definitely talented, but it doesn't hurt that she is incredibly beautiful as well. So
yeah.
And I think she's playing against that as well, because I know sometimes you can get typed, and that goes for Henry Cavill too. I mean, eye candy, they try to get out of that realm, and I think she's blossomed into someone that's just not known for the pretty girl, like we said, New Girl, or she was a pretty girl in Sunny in Philadelphia and Baywatch, obviously. But she has a lot of, like, I think of True Detective. I thought that's when I first was exposed to her. I think she's a really great actress.
Her face there is great.
She's like, what am I supposed to do?
I bought that sweater after I saw this movie, by the way.
The Henry Cavill one?
Yeah, I really liked it. I'm like a big sweater person when it gets cooler, and I was like, that's a nice one.
Mm-hmm.
So I imagine you probably have the Chris Evans sweater from Knives Out. Yeah.
You do, really?
Yep.
That's a great sweater. It's a great
I thought
sweater.
you were about this guy's sweater, and because he's like drooling on it, and there's like a
Yeah, it is too. I thought it was a joke at first.
I needed that sweater. It's like the stain and all.
Right.
Spaghetti, just throw that shit on there.
Bought the
It's actually
prop.
the one he wore in the movie. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the last like crime thriller film, like in theaters, but like the last like big crime thriller movie. They don't make them as often as they used to.
No.
It's 100% right.
Oh, dead puppy. Oh, that's just. Oh, I don't need to see that.
Yeah, it's problematic.
Oh, the stand that light was on. We sell those at my work. I can definitely tell that was just a stand that they needed to hold a light fixture on. Yeah, just get one of the ones we're using.
Yeah, I read some. I had to go down a dark path, but I read some article today that police found like 39 missing kids yesterday.
Saw that.
Yeah.
Georgia, right?
I think so.
Yeah, in my hometown.
Yeah, it's
In your
crazy.
hometown?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And just today I was at work and I got like 4 Ambler alerts from like
Jeez.
right around like a 25-mile radius of where I was working.
Mm.
Is that this? I mean, the only way to ask is that common down? Like, have you seen that a lot?
It is lately. It's not normally, but like the past couple of months, I think it's starting to pick up everywhere. Honestly,
Yeah,
I'm
it's,
starting to hear a lot more
Yeah.
reports about it. Yeah.
yeah, missing kids are just another thing to add to the list of 2020.
Yep.
You're from Georgia, right, Jaron?
Yeah.
Hey guys, so as we're watching the rest of this movie, I'm going to say, like, think about any questions you may have for the director and all of that, because he's open to all 4 of us being on with him at 9 p.m. Eastern if you guys are interested.
Oh, okay.
So I know, Elliot, you had said you have some questions. Jaron has a really good one teed up.
I'm already liking this better than the first time I watched it. I don't know what it is. So that's-
was this his directorial debut?
It was.
Okay.
You know, one of the things, not to get ahead of ourselves from like when chatting with him later, but he'll tell you that, you know, the script, there's certain things that got cut out. And in films like this, when you're, you know, specifically writing a mystery, and not a mystery, but a psychological thriller, we'll go back to that term. There are important things that would have really helped pull the film together, right?
that makes sense. Yeah.
And you can tell, you know, there's certain things that are missing, and he'll point them out. He'll also point out certain scenes where, like, one in particular where it looks like it's Henry Cavill out there, but it was actually him, the director.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they didn't have Henry anymore. I take it Henry, I don't remember if I asked this, but I think Henry filmed this in between like 2 larger big budget productions.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna step aside for 1 sec. I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah. What I'm curious about is how, like, some directors are able to go from just one short film to like a movie like this with names like Henry Cavill and Ben Kingsley.
Yeah. Because I was looking at it. So yeah, he not only directed it but wrote the script. So there's must have been something in that script that appealed these kind of high list actors here.
Probably because it's just such a real issue.
Yeah.
Like a real thing.
Mm-hmm. And I think actors too, just from watching like Mindhunter and some of those, you know, psychological shows, I think these actors love not love, but they really want to kind of get into that mindset of like how people, you know, again, being actors, they always want to look for that role that kind of challenges them, and, you know, chasing a serial killer or portraying a serial killer definitely has to be a challenge for them.
Speaking of Mindhunter, did you like that show?
Yeah, I didn't finish because 2 seasons, right?
Yeah, it's 2 seasons.
Yeah, I caught the first season, some episodes here. There, I don't know why I fell off of it, because I know David Fincher only directed like 1 or 2 episodes, but I know he's heavily influences the show. But I have to catch back up to it. But I know everyone talks so highly about it.
It's my favorite show of all time, honestly.
Of all time, whoa!
Of all time, yeah.
I've heard it's great. Everyone I talked to said it's great. And like I said, are they coming back with a third season, or is it just the 2 seasons? Like Netflix always cancels things after 2 seasons.
Yeah, people wanted to go and do other things, so I guess they just couldn't keep the contract, so they kind of let go of everybody, and there's no plans to resume, which I think is sad because there's a lot of potential. Obviously, there's a ton of big cases out there they could explore.
Right, right.
But I will tell you, season 2 is probably like 10 times better than season 1. Honestly, it gets so much better.
Interesting. So what's next on the list for you, Brando, as far as movie theater movies to go check out? Going to revisit Tenet anytime soon?
No. I got to go see Tenet on Tuesday, last Tuesday. So I went to go there. I'm watching Bill and Ted. Maybe even tonight after the hockey game.
Nice.
I'm gonna watch that at home though.
Gotcha.
And then New Mutants. I'm still even deciding whether or not I'm gonna go see that.
You saw it, right, Jay? I know you reviewed it the other day, right?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
It's a movie.
It is a movie.
But other than that, like honestly, I haven't even checked what's even playing. Like what else is coming out.
I guess that's really the thing too. After Tenet, there really isn't anything.
No, there's this movie like Greenland or something like that, but it's
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Gerard Butler.
much smaller. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, might see a classic in the theater. I think if they're still playing them, because I know mine were, we're still playing them. Let's just take a look here. SpongeBob, New Mutants. They're playing the hockey game in the movie theater. That's how much Canadians love hockey.
That's pretty cool.
Is this game 1 or?
It's game 3 of the second round. Las Vegas versus Vancouver.
Who's winning the series?
It's tied 1-1. Vegas
3
killed us in game 1, but then
Vegas is good.
Yeah, Vegas killed us in game 1, but we came back and we stuck it to them in game 2. So it's a series, and people are saying that whoever wins this game or whoever wins this series is going to the finals, and we're only in round 2. So Vegas is the favorite, but hey, it's not over till it's over.
Right.
Yeah, no classics playing in my theater. My local theater's got Tenet, Bill and Ted, SpongeBob Unhinged, Stanley Cup Playoffs, New Mutants, and then The Personal History of David Copperfield.
They're showing the Stanley Cup playoffs in the theater?
Yeah.
That's really cool. I want you to know that like my family's watching the Flyers game right now, and as I walked to the restroom, I looked over the balcony and said, "Is there any score?" And they're like, "No, not yet, but they look good." And then they scored, and my mom's like, "Stand there, don't move." I was like, I gotta go.
This guy, he gives a really good performance. What's his name? I forget.
That's
In the
escaping me right now, but I'll look it up. But yeah, I totally agree with you. Nathan Fillion with that like 70s haircut.
Mm-hmm.
I love him so much. I love seeing him pop up and stuff.
Yeah.
Tucci's not having it.
Now, one of the challenging parts with doing a watch along with a movie like this is that it is very involved.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's like certain parts where I'm like, all right, they have to hear this. Brendan Fletcher was the actor, Sharon.
Okay.
And I totally forgot that was Minka Kelly earlier too.
jeez. Let's look at all this snow. I am not looking forward to the winter. I hate the winter.
You guys, I think you're a little ahead of me, Elliot.
Yeah, I'm 36, 37.
Oh wow, I'm 36.25.
That's what I'm at.
36.05. Oof. I have the DVD though, so it probably had a couple other things.
Oh wait, we're watching Night Hunter. Oh, just kidding.
Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I'm watching a movie that also stars Henry Cavill, Stanley Tucci, Ben Kingsley, and Alex Daddario.
This movie was released on DVD.
Uh-huh.
Oh crap! I actually restarted it. Hold on. 36.25. I clicked the wrong button. Oops.
37 right now for me.
Okay. 37.02. 37.03.
37.23.
I'm not gonna hear that song ever the same again.
What is he singing? Santa Claus. Oh.
Jingle bells.
Mm-hmm.
Ho ho. That's crazy.
I mean, I don't want to spoil. Do they? His name's Simon. Do they have like a moment where someone says Simon says game with him or something?
Actually, no.
No. Oh, okay. Capture or is whoever's in control.
That's very clever. That's very clever.
Elliot's going to end up writing a movie one day.
Oh no.
Mhm. Yeah. Writing a script is not easy.
Oh yeah, no, because I'm going. Yeah, I went to school for film and video too, and all aspects of writing, directing, definitely stressful. That's the
I was gonna say it seems very overwhelming.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing that I think I found that distinguished like good directors from bad directors in class were like especially when you're writing, you write your script like, okay, I'm done, and then you take it to like your professors, and they just take it back, and there's just red all over it, just like cut that, add this, cut that doesn't work, that doesn't make sense, and you're like, oh my baby. It's like you cannot get too attached with it. You have to be willing to listen to other points of view. And I remember I had to edit some other director's like passion project, and I was editing it, and there was one scene that he just insisted to have in there, and I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. It's choppy. It like if you cut this down and move it over here, then it flows. And he's like, no, I refuse. And then, then we actually had so many other people say that to him. And same thing. Like when I was making my movie, I was so adamant of having one scene that everyone said like, Brandon, it doesn't work. Like you got to film this again. You got to move it like that. And oh boy.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh, I watched the explosion.
Yeah.
But like filmmaking is a collaborative process, and most of it, the movie is made on the editing floor. Like scenes get cut and scenes get reshot, and it is always changing until the final product.
Mm-hmm.
So we bid adieu to Nathan Fillion.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for coming.
Get off, just like he's gonna get kid off in the Suicide Squad.
I know, like every time, especially when he's in a James Gunn film, he always kind of gets the short end of the stick. Makes nice little cameos per se, and on to the next project. Another actor that really reminds me of that, like every time, like he doesn't get as much screen time as he deserves, is John Berthal. I feel like every time he's like in a movie, he's like Peanut Butter Falcon in it for like 2 seconds.
Oh my gosh, I forgot he was in that movie.
Yeah,
That's that. Yeah, wow.
What's the other movie? Wind River, just in the last 10 minutes of the film.
He was in Ford versus Ferrari too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or be correct.
Mm-hmm. So they really think that he's capable of doing all this? Is that where their angle is right now? They think that this guy.
Yeah, it's just like a cover.
Jaren's face.
I'm very telling with my facial expression, so I need to like.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It always amazes me how fast those people can like type stuff up on the computer and find any information they want. Like it takes like 6 clicks of the keyboard and you're there.
Yeah. Sorry, it's loading. It's loading. It's loading. God damn it, internet.
There's certain movies though that like crime thrillers, especially and psychological thrillers, that sometimes I steer clear of because they end up bothering me so much because of how realistic they could be. You know,
Yeah.
like there are such sick people out there.
Mhm. Did you watch the last Rambo movie?
I didn't watch the last Rambo movie.
Okay. The villains in that, like, those ones gave me chills. It's
Ugh.
like, just because I know that stuff happens, I'm like, you just. I won't go into a rant on your channel on this live stream.
That was my one
Profanity,
positive of the movie.
Yeah, no, totally. It makes you hate the villains. Absolutely.
So, Brandon, clearly you have a better eye for cinematography and stuff, but is that still carrying forward what you said earlier about how this was shot?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't call myself an expert by any means. People are able to go like, oh, the green in this symbolizes this and this character's mood, and that stuff mostly goes over my head. But it doesn't look like this movie was. It doesn't look like a movie that was really cheap to make. Like it actually looks like. It looks like a movie. It doesn't look like a film project, which I can appreciate.
Trying to bring up the budget real quick. My computer is being a little.
Like I'm sure this had a low budget. This didn't have Avengers money, obviously, right. But it doesn't look like it was like filmed with like a mom's camcorder.
230 million. No, I'm kidding.
I was saying, what?
Oh, what? Where did that budget go?
They must have had stakes.
That was the amount that they got to sign Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
I believe that's called a head warmer, what she's wearing, the green, lime green thing.
Yeah, that's not a Canadian thing. That's an 80s thing.
Yeah.
It was all a joke. It was all a joke. Do you think you want to see him as James Bond?
He's not my first choice, but if they said he's James Bond, then I wouldn't be disappointed. But there are some other actors that I think would do a better job because, like, again, everyone would know him as Superman already. It's like, oh, Superman's playing James Bond.
Right.
Whereas I feel like with Richard Madden, that wouldn't necessarily be a big deal. Like, yeah, Game of Thrones, sure.
Right.
Like, but he's not that. He hasn't been in an A-list franchise yet.
I wish Bond didn't have to be British because my pick is not British. I honestly would pick John David Washington, and maybe that's like an unpopular pick, but I don't know. He's suave.
If he can do a British accent, then sure.
Possibly.
Yeah, I would say with Richard Madden, if everything lines up for February, hopefully he'll be a standout for I was gonna say the Eternals, but now it's just Eternals. So hopefully he'll be a standout in the next Marvel film.
Can I just tell you that some of the comments about that, like Eternals dropping
Yeah.
Twitter was losing it in some chains.
Yeah.
They were like, I'm not a huge, I don't have a big concern with that. I'm like, oh my God.
What does that mean for the third act of the film? Like, why does
Yeah.
it?
I hope this isn't a symbolic of how they feel about the film. I'm like, what?
That's the Marvel effect. If Marvel says anything, it's like, oh yeah, we moved our release date by a day. It's like, oh, is that for like the bad reviews to come in, or like, oh,
It's not that deep, people.
Does Thanos make an appearance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That being said, I am curious why. I could care less, but at the same time, like, I wonder why.
Probably they ran some poll of the versus just regular without the, and which title probably some crazy case study or something.
Probably.
I mean, I'm one person, but I've always called it Eternals instead of the Eternals. It just sounds kind of weird saying the Eternals.
The Eternals.
The Eternals. But no, Richard Madden's my pick as well for Bond. I think he'd be incredible.
Now, was that you guys' choice there? Is that based off of The Bodyguard, or did you guys always kind of just have that? Just kind of he has that look and that suave.
Yeah, I mean, like British, suave, good looking, pretty fit,
younger,
acting chops. I've seen him in Cinderella. I've seen him in 1917. I was very, very impressed with him in Rocket Man.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think he's got all the attributes and the acting chops to pull it off.
Yeah, I've always liked Richard Madden, and I think The Bodyguard definitely elevated him for me because of just how he performed. I just remember the 6th episode of that. Oh my gosh, that was the most intense episode of any television show I think I've ever watched. The one with the bomb, but
I guess I need to check that show out.
It's really interesting. But it's the other thing is it's very interesting too. This is a complete side note, but with Richard Madden, the rumor is that he is going to be, or that he's like one of the top picks for Bond. But the other rumor is that he's believed to be a gay man, but he won't come out because he's up for Bond.
Oh, really?
Which person again? Sorry,
Richard Madden.
Richard Madden.
Oh,
that's the heavy rumor.
Interesting.
Forget someone involved in the film industry told me that, and I can't remember who.
I don't know why it should matter either way, but
yeah.
I think it's more so some of the older generations, like the diehard Bond. They're gonna be like, my Bond isn't gay. I mean, think about it, like, as stupid as it is, when Disney, it kind of got pushed under the rug a little bit, but when Disney cast a non-white actress as Ariel, and everyone lost their shit about it. They're like, my Ariel's not black, and like, no, your Ariel's a cartoon.
My brother got mad because in the Hamilton musical, George Washington was black, and I'm thinking, he's like, it doesn't fit with history, and I'm thinking, they're actors playing a role. Right. What does it matter?
I will say it confused my mother a lot when we saw it on Broadway. She's like, who was that?
I mean, that one I can understand more than Ariel. Ariel's a cartoon, right?
Yeah.
And President Washington was a real person. But yeah, if you're doing like an onstage musical, then if you're making a biopic about George Washington and then you cast like a Mexican guy, then I think it would be a bit different. But yeah, I understand what you mean.
So, Joe, did y'all see the original cast on Broadway?
No. We just saw it a year ago this past February. And then I first saw it in Chicago 3 years ago with Wayne Brady.
Wayne Brady was in the musical?
He was Aaron Burr, and he was phenomenal.
He can sing so good.
It was so good.
Whoa, I forgot about that scene.
Wait, Jaron, this isn't who was it the other night that we were talking about? your girlfriend that you like?
Mary Elizabeth Winston.
Yeah.
From Birds of
Yeah.
Prey. Yeah.
I can't live that down. I mentioned one thing during my Sky High watch along, and it's gonna die with me.
Stay with you forever.
Sky High is amazing. It was one of
It's
my
so
very
underrated.
first reviews ever.
Really.
One of my very first ones, like 2.5 years ago.
I actually watched that review. I didn't like pay attention to when you released it though.
Oh yeah, that it's hard looking back at some of my old reviews, man. Just like
It's not bad.
my
You
posture.
gotta start somewhere.
Hey guys, I talk about Sky.
Why is that every like I revisited some of my earlier videos and it's just like so you're like your vocal levels just like you're always like you're I don't know it is very interesting to see the starting to where
Don't
you
watch mine. Don't watch mine.
Well, I saw the clip of was the hat not a thing in the early reviews for you, Jaren? Because I know the hat.
No, it was. I think it's always been a thing. Yeah. But like, okay, so I started a year ago, but when I started, my voice was not dropped yet. I sounded like a little girl. I couldn't take myself seriously.
What's going on here?
Darren, you said it earlier, but this performance is really good.
Are they allowed to do that? Like realistically?
Have some girl like kind of go like this and slap her.
I would
Not. Yeah, slap the people that they're holding. Like, is that okay?
You know, not to get too political, but police seem to do whatever they want anyway. So
Yeah, I'm sure if it wasn't okay, they'd still get away with it anyway. So yeah.
I
yeah.
was gonna say there's two ways to answer that. One is, are they supposed to, and do they?
Yeah.
Jeez, I forgot about this part.
You know, I hated her performance. I hated her performance the first time.
Really? What do you think
I
about it?
like it now. I don't know what's changed. I think I must have been like really loopy or something when I watched it the first time.
Sometimes it's all about like the mood that you're in when you watch it.
Yeah. I'm gonna definitely rewatch. I would say so far, 40 or 53 minutes in, I haven't gravitated towards a particular character yet. Like I don't know who these characters are.
Yeah.
We're thrust into the story, like Henry Cavill. We're just seeing him, you know. But that's my only thing. I just don't know who these characters are.
The only thing I'll say that like is really standing out to me, which is something you mentioned, it's kind of choppy. You can definitely tell stuff was cut out, but I don't know. I'm kind of enjoying it.
And also this, I don't know, this whole cat and mouse game, this elaborate plan and throw, I don't know, like this Riddler almost type of approach to get the police officer in is kind of, I don't know.
It's a great comparison.
It kind of feels kind of out of place. It's kind of, I don't know, with these games they're playing.
I think one of the reasons I enjoyed it when I first watched it was because I wanted to watch it because of Henry Cavill. Let's be real. Like I like him as an actor. So I was like, oh, he's in a different movie. Let's see it. And I looked at Rotten Tomatoes before it, which I hate doing. And so I went into it thinking like, oh man, really low ratings. And when I watched it, I was like, I enjoyed myself. Like I just, it really shocked me. On a complete different note, we did a Mortal Kombat watch earlier, and we were talking about Mortal Kombat Annihilation. It has a 2% on Rotten Tomatoes. I've
Is
never
that the
seen
lowest rated?
No, I think there's been some zeros.
Oh wow, okay.
Something recently too got a pretty low one, like close to that.
Cats.
I know Master of Disguise has like a 0 or a 1. The Dana Carvey one.
Dana Carvey.
Yeah.
Let's see, lowest tomato.
Oh. I recently wrote down it's like movies that I absolutely love or really like that have really bad Rotten Tomatoes scores. Yeah. Vanilla Sky was on there. It has that as
really.
Vanilla Sky, I think, has a rotten score.
Oh my goodness, I love Vanilla Sky.
I do too.
Yeah, 42%.
Your eyes.
Key scenes.
What is this gentleman from? Just he looks so familiar.
He does look
He
familiar.
does. I don't want to butcher his name, but he's been in Get Rich or Die Trying, Saw
Yeah.
3.
Saw 3. Yep, that is the guy.
That's
Joe
exactly
probably
right.
Yeah, he's the guy with the judge where his
Yep.
head
Yep.
is turned around. Yep.
Spot on.
Yep. I'm like, he looks so familiar. I used to watch those Saw films like literally a ridiculous amount of times.
I'm so excited.
They're bad, but they're good.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to watch them all. He was in the Expanse TV show as well. I don't know if you watched that, Elliot.
No, not ever. I heard it was good though. Who's that on Sci-Fi?
I believe so. His name's I can't pronounce his name. Umfo Koaho.
That's what I thought it was, but I wasn't going to try.
Uh-oh. Brandon's is reminding you of your 7 watch. And what's in the box? What's in the box?
Yeah, like I'd known that
scene.
I'd known that line before I saw the movie. So like throughout the movie, I was kind of waiting for, I was trying to like put that together in my head. You know what? Actually, earlier on when he was in the basement, I had some 7 vibes. Kind of like in the killer's or child abductor's basement, where you see all the newspapers on the wall, and yeah.
Wait, did I miss something? Why did he help the guy out?
Well,
I missed that the first time too.
I'm just assuming, and I'm gonna have to see that whoever the big bad villain is made him do that, break him out of jail, takes
Like
his baby.
threaten him with something?
Yeah,
kill his
took his
child.
baby.
Probably his kid.
I remember when I first watched that, and the box opened, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Well, I thought the baby was dead at first.
Yeah.
First time I saw it, I thought it was fake. I didn't think it was real.
Oh, like the baby from American Sniper.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's awful.
Jared joining us here. Take it off. Assuming that's in reference to Jaren's hat.
No.
Everyone wants to see what's under that.
That's what you're supposed to do, Jared. That's why you got the OnlyFans.
Oh, shots fired.
Starting to get into some weird territory here on the movie Watch Along.
Talking about all our shirts. Different strokes for freaky folks. Just messing with you, Jared.
The whole storyline with him and her mom, I don't follow it.
Someone, you just reminded me, someone had asked the question, was there ever any thought of like a prequel to explore Henry's character?
Yeah, because you definitely see that he's struggling with a lot of demons, but it doesn't really go into detail too much about what they are.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, like, I'm distracted that they're sitting on a kitchen floor.
No chairs.
There's like a dishwasher
Living
right there. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, but yeah.
The guns.
Where else would you sit?
Yeah, I mean, if you're having a tough conversation in in film school, one of the jokes is like, if you need characters to like just talk and just say expository dialogue, just put them in bed.
Yeah.
Just get a guy and girl, put them in bed.
Mike says Brandon's struggling to stay awake.
What are we talking about, Mike? Yeah, I don't know what J Buck's talking about with the guns.
Is it Henry Cavill, maybe?
I'm assuming it's Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
I know I stretched like this, but he's definitely not talking about me.
I also just, this is completely unrelated to the, well, not unrelated, but not in terms of the movie. Detectives like this that like pour over all that information and stuff and can put those pieces together. I just, more power to professionals that are able to stick with that. Obviously, it's not the same thing, but we were doing, my friends and I were doing the hunter killer thing. I don't know if you ever heard of that. It's they send you a box with like basically a case file and all kinds of stuff, and you try to solve the crime.
Oh,
Completely
wow.
different. But after like 10 minutes, I was like, I hate this shit.
I'm done.
Yeah.
The killer's loose, whatever.
It's like me trying to do a puzzle. I'm like, nope. I'll buy the poster.
Yeah. Have you guys ever done one of those? What's those rooms? The
Escape room.
escape room. Yeah, yeah.
No, I haven't. I've always wanted to though.
I've done a couple of them. They're pretty fun.
Have you ever just gotten stuck?
I've been in 3 of them. I escaped 2. I got stuck in 1. They all have like different themes and stuff.
Yeah, they creep me out. I think I would get a little too like claustrophobic's not the right term, but
Kind of.
Yeah, it's not like a haunted house where there's like demons and stuff chasing you or whatever. But no, like I don't know. I don't think you'd get too claustrophobic. Even like my sister's claustrophobic and she handled it. So yeah, you guys should check them out if you guys get a chance. I mean, I don't know how any of them are open during this time.
Yeah.
The thing that made me really want to do one of them was back when Spies in Disguise released. I think Will Smith posted this video on his YouTube channel of him and Tom Holland doing one together. And I was like, man, that looks so cool. I got to do that.
I think ever since, again, going back to Saw, I've never done one just because I just have this sick mind that what if someone, like an employee had a bad day and like locked you in there and put gas in the room?
Oh,
Just like,
I don't want to do one anymore.
This isn't this isn't
exactly.
there was a Saw escape room somewhere.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
And I was like,
movie
no.
escape room too.
Who's the Eli Roth? Is that who it is? Eli Roth? He had something in Vegas like that. I think there may have been a bar involved or something, but I was like, nope. I apologize if you hear my dog in the background. It just started like massively downpouring, and he is now barking.
Rain. Yeah, my dog freaks out when it rains.
He doesn't get nervous at it. He just like when he hears noises, he barks. So when it's raining heavy, it's like nonstop.
Does it rain a lot in Philly?
Off and on. This year, not really much, to be honest. But we're getting the remnants of the hurricane.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But it wasn't as bad as it was supposed to be. I think it was supposed to be like all day today, and this is honestly the first that it's rained.
So yeah, this is a much more complex than I originally thought this would be. I mean, there's civil suit and it's a very elaborate.
You're going to need to watch this again, I think.
Yeah, I would say this is kind of.
It definitely helps.
Yeah.
This is going to sound so stupid, but I remember where I was watching this because I was like in my one bedroom apartment in Central Pennsylvania when I was still living out there. I remember like laying in bed late at night watching on my iPad, being like, "Holy shit!" And my dog was freaking out because I started yelling. Little insight into how I watch movies.
Mhm.
Just yell at my iPad.
3 a.m. No,
Yeah, I'm like, what?
shut the hell up.
Yeah.
No, I've done that before. I'm like watching a movie like late at night on my phone, and sometimes I'm like laughing hysterically. Shut the hell up.
Sometimes I just want to get comfortable in bed, so I'll like use my laptop or my iPad to watch instead of like my TV that's in my room.
Someone give him his goddamn bear.
That's what I'm saying. Jeez.
It's kind of funny. I don't know if that was supposed to be, but that came off very hilarious.
I've never heard that combination before.
Oh, I got it. Twins.
I love Henry Cavill's facial expressions because again, he still hasn't smiled this entire movie.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So he has a split personality.
No, I think there's two of them.
Yes, too.
What city is this, Brandon?
What city is this? Oh, hold on. I'm at 1 hour, 7 minutes, and 59 seconds. Oh, 8 minutes. 1 second. What do you mean? Just like what city are we filmed in?
You'll see it.
There's like a skyline.
Skyline shot.
Oh, I believe it's Winnipeg.
Not a fan of that team.
I like them more than Calgary.
Calgary's been kind of like non-existent in terms of the NHL for a while, but now they're picking it up.
Yeah, they choked this year, which as a Canucks fan, I'm happy about.
Is that one of the big rivalries?
Yeah, they've like throughout our history, like throughout the history back in the 80s and 90s, they just owned us. And yeah, we beat them in 94 when we went to the finals, and they've beaten us in the playoffs every time since. So yeah, it's like Calgary, Edmonton are the two big rivals for Vancouver, and then I guess like the California teams, LA, Anaheim, San Jose, Chicago. Oh, jeez.
Let me say, fun fact: I've lived in 2 cities of NHL championship winners:
St. Louis.
St. Louis and Chicago.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you went to both parades?
No, I did not, because it was incredible. That's too overwhelming for me. All those people, and plus, I'm not a big hockey follower. But it was cool though to be, obviously the city's happy, people celebrating.
Yeah.
Jaron and Elliot, what timestamp are you at?
1 hour 10. I'm an hour and 10 minutes and 19 seconds.
Okay.
I'm an hour 10, 9 seconds. 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple seconds behind. A couple seconds.
This guy is kind of
Oh. Yeah, it was filmed in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, and then Chicago, Illinois.
Chicago. Yeah, I will be downtown if and when the Flyers win the Stanley Cup. But I went for the Eagles Super Bowl a couple years ago. Oh my God, it was
Rowdy.
after every game, like as it got closer, it was insane in the streets. It actually was not nearly as bad as you would expect it to be, given the Philadelphia, what the crap that they get. But oof.
Poor Georgia. They haven't won anything in forever, right, Jared?
Yeah, don't remind me.
The Braves, the Hawks.
The Braves have been really
Falcons.
good, though. They normally make the playoffs. They just don't go very far. I'm not a Hawks fan. I'm a Warriors fan, but they suck this season.
Oh, yeah.
Football, I'm a Browns fan. They sucked. Yeah, I don't see many
How does that
championships.
happen?
How does what happen?
Be a Cleveland Browns
State,
fan.
and then Cleveland.
Golden State, that was just the first game I ever watched. I actually watched the Hawks play the Warriors, and I was like, this Steph Curry guy is cool. Like this whole team, it was back 2014, and I just started watching them instead. And then Cleveland, my family, half of my family's from there.
Gotcha.
And I don't like the Falcons.
The Falcons. Not a Matt Ryan fan.
Nah.
Man, that was one of the best football games I'd ever seen. Brady's comeback. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Yeah, I have family in Boston, so naturally, I'm a casual Celtics, Red Sox, and Pats fan, but I refuse to cheer for the Bruins. I refuse.
I actually forgot about part of this. It just hit me.
I don't remember this part either.
Henry Cavill, same sweater alert.
I don't like this shot right here.
Yeah, this angle.
Oh, just like on the hood, like the dash cam.
Yeah.
Oh, you can definitely tell that like the cameraman's kind of like moved over.
Right.
Yeah, get the dolly pan going.
I just want a supercut of Alexandra Daddario going.
She stares at me with those eyes. I tell her my deepest, darkest secrets.
You can get lost in it.
Young buck over there.
Oh. I forgot that happened. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Look at there, Brandon. You were right.
Yes. He shoots, he scores.
I gotta say, I am not a Twins trope fan.
I'm not either.
I will say I didn't catch that when I first saw it, so I was like, oh, okay.
What a twist.
Well, yeah, the other guy didn't have his hearing aid when he's like, "I want my bear."
Mhm.
That's
Oh,
why
really?
there's two of them.
I didn't catch that.
That's what I thought. This would be a good time for him to smile.
I think the performances in this movie are pretty good
Yeah.
in general.
Swapsies.
Swapsies. Is that how they say it down there in Canada? Swapsies.
I mean, I watched Tropic Thunder for the first time,
Mhm.
right? And obviously, when they make the jokes about playing like a mentally handicapped person, right?
Okay.
Like I find that when actors play a role like that, it can be like a really great performance, or it can be like really just pathetic and embarrassing.
Yeah.
Because then you can just tell like it's like, oh, look how like Rosie O'Donnell tried to play someone with like autism, and it was just like embarrassing.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, this like it's just trying to stroke the actor's ego. It's like, look what I can do. I'm so great. I can like bring forth this rare like.
Yeah.
But
Then it just seems insulting.
yeah, it's like, okay, yeah, you're just
Yeah.
Someone that recently did a really good job. I don't know if you guys watched on HBO. I know this much is true with Mark Ruffalo playing a schizophrenic, and he played twin brothers, and he did like literally such a fantastic job, such a good show.
Oh yeah.
mm-hmm. Yeah. This guy does a pretty good job though. It doesn't look like he's just hamming it up on the
Mhm.
camera.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
Of course it's in the bear.
Booyah.
Brandon's so proud of himself.
I didn't know about that. I think that was Jaren who said that. It's in the bear. It's in the bear.
I forget that you're kind of behind us.
Yeah.
So like I think we had already seen it when I said that, but you're like, oh wow, that was a good guess.
But by a couple seconds. I'm at
I'll take full credit for that.
120.20. Hold on. There. Sped up a little bit. That should be good.
What are you at now?
120.32.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's like because if you scroll my mouse, it like changes on the screen. Like it goes backwards. So I'm like, oh crap, that was a while ago. Okay, I'm calling it right now because they showed that the ice is going to break. One of them, if not both of them, are going to fall through and drown.
Yeah.
Both of who?
Both of these guys.
The twins.
Yeah, both
Frostbite will bite my toes.
Silence.
That was a great line.
This seems a little.
I honestly think I went to the bathroom during this scene because I don't remember this.
Yes, it's very, very interesting.
Hey,
Whoosh.
thanks for being creative.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's different. Wow.
Question for you, David. How did you come up with
Tennis, fireball,
flaming tennis balls?
Is that a common game in Canada, Brandon?
Swap
As you can see, it is very warm outside.
Yeah.
I can't speak for the north, though.
I'm literally writing that down for flaming tennis balls.
So, like, you only go out to the ice, right? Like, you got like those tennis rackets, right? You like shoot the balls there.
Fire ice.
It's a real brouhaha. Hey there, bud. Or a kerfuffle. It's
What?
slang for you.
Kerfuffle?
A kerfuffle.
That sounds delicious. What is that?
Just a bad situation. A brouhaha. That's another one. Another Canadian slang word. Just like a bar fight or you know, like a bad situation. Mayhem ensuing.
If I said brouhaha, I feel like it'd take all of the intensity out of the situation immediately.
A brouhaha is definitely more like a fight in a bar.
Yeah.
Like, you know, a kerfuffle, like, you know, like think of like Jerry Springer. Those are a bunch of kerfuffles.
How about we get off the ice first before we
Yeah. Yeah, this is a good question too. I don't know if I'll be able to stay on for the Q&A part, but shooting scenes like this always like I always so curious when they're filming on ice like that and how they safety precaution wise.
Mm-hmm. In the studio we have they call them ice cup wheels, and it's for camera dollies to go on ice, like they're ice skates for the camera dolly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. But I'm assuming that they wouldn't want to put that out on a lake.
Like,
Yeah.
Just keep it for like a rink somewhere.
man, I know Henry Cavill had to be freezing on this set. I don't think I've seen him on with a jacket yet this whole movie.
We're all like very concerned about his wardrobe.
I guess that's the super.
That's why he's emotionless. He's just frozen.
It's cold.
Literally.
The whole movie.
I just fast forwarded accidentally. Where are we at?
I am at 124 or 125 now.
Okay.
Oh wow, I'm 15 seconds behind. Oh,
It's okay. I'm about where you are, Brandon.
okay.
Nice shot.
Yeah.
I do love when they have an individual playing twins or something like that that are so different. It's just really cool to see two different performances.
Yeah.
Very different performances.
Just writing down notes to ask him. Just quickly, how long do you think the Q&A might be? Like half an hour?
Only got it scheduled for a half hour, probably about 25 minutes max.
Cool. Yeah, that's great because that works perfectly.
Jeez.
Alexandra gets beat up in this movie.
Yeah.
I've always wondered. I mean, I've never been in a chokehold like that before. But like, couldn't you just like, I guess if their legs are down, like, could you like try to kick up? But I don't know. It's just one of those stupid thoughts that just pass through, and they just kind of goes.
Premiering Sunday at 7 p.m. on the Brando Critic channel.
Yeah,
Brandon tried
testing out with the director of Night Hunter.
Well, Brandon's falling in the ice theory might come through here.
Hey, watch out! I'm a couple seconds behind you guys, but I see that they're going onto the ice right now. Yeah, two characters with guns too. Like, yeah, the ice has gotta. Did they say a line of dialogue why we're gonna keep Henry Cavill's British accent, or did I miss it?
I don't know that they did.
Like he's from England or somewhere.
No,
I don't think
so.
Is that a question for?
I think so. It just popped in my mind. It's like, if you have a movie set in, I'm guessing America because there's an American flag, shot in Canada, but you have your main character who's British.
Man, this guy, a lot of drool this movie, man. There's a lot of action on this. He is just letting it loose.
He's really good.
Get some Lysol wipes for that. Just
Lysol wipes.
Or sorry, not Lysol wipes. Downy.
Yeah, that's a big difference.
Quicker. I don't know why I thought Lysol. I thought wipes. I might as well.
Lysol wipes, yeah.
Disinfect all that crap.
No.
Oh yeah, come give me a big hug. Yeah,
I missed that. He was spot
I
on.
didn't see that. Ah,
Double dose.
I didn't think he was gonna get shot though.
Yeah.
I'm really curious how they do film scenes like that when it's on ice.
Yeah, I put that down as a question.
Okay, I was going to, but
No, go for it. All yours.
no.
No. I haven't. Trust me, I have enough. I was
Are
just
you
making
sure?
notes. Oh yeah.
Okay.
I don't know that we'll get to all of them, just depending on how the conversation goes. But Jaron, I would definitely start with your first one, the driving factor.
Yeah, that's like the main one I'm worried about asking.
And Joe, just curious, how did you get in touch with them? Did you just did you like this movie and then you just picked it and then chose the director, or did you say, "Oh, I know I could get this director. Let's pick one of his movies"? Like, was it?
Well, so when I first watched this, I liked it a lot and was shocked to find out that it was, not well received. And I shared my thoughts on Instagram about it, and he commented. I think he sent me a message saying like, "Thank you so much" or something.
Mhm.
Oh,
And I started asking him some questions, and then when I was doing the quarantine conversations, I was like, "Hey, would you ever want to, chat about Night Hunter?" And he was all about it.
right on.
Awesome. Yeah, that just goes to show you, man, when people, you don't know who's watching. You never know, right? When you tell
And
people and
I think what was cool about it was when I talked to him the first time, it was just such a chill, relaxed conversation. Like it was so much fun. He was so forthcoming that I was like, okay, this guy's cool. So when we were putting this together, I reached out to him right away because I was like, I think it would be great to do a watch along for Night Hunter because it's a good film that I feel like a lot of people haven't seen.
Mhm.
Would you like to chat about it? And he was like, sure.
It's really awesome.
Question number 1: Why did Henry
in this whole movie?
Why did Henry not smile?
Why did he wear a jacket?
Is this the House of American Beauty? The red door?
Yeah.
Meet Daddy's new girlfriend.
What?
Oh, smile.
Who are you? No.
That's a good reaction. That's a realistic reaction.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
We got it.
Oh.
And again.
One smile.
Was it intentional to not have a smile until
2 smiles, no jacket, or else I'm walking.
right.
If I hated this movie, I'd go, yeah, he's smiling because the movie's over.
Written and directed by David Raymond.
Yeah. So like I said, it's definitely a movie that I don't think warrants the 14% it has on Rotten Tomatoes.
I've seen it.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Totally agree. I don't know. And sometimes I know with Rotten Tomatoes, only like 4 people see it. And if they give negative reviews, it really ruins the movie.
Yeah. So going around, Jaron, second watch, what'd you think?
I think my views really boosted on this film. There's a lot more things that I appreciated there. And I don't know if it's just the time that I watched it the first time around. Maybe I was half asleep or something like that. But there's a lot of little things that I picked up this time around that makes a lot more sense. And also, I really enjoyed all the performances. Overall, I will say that there's some pacing issues and there's definitely some plot holes. But like you said, there was difficulties on the production of the film, so it makes sense. All in all, definitely doesn't warrant that 14%. I definitely think it should be higher. I enjoyed it.
Awesome. Elliot, what about you?
Yeah, no, I mean, again, some great conversations we had, and I was, very, still engrossed in the story that we were seeing here, and knowing that this is his first directorial debut, his first written film, pretty impressed, to be honest with you, in regards to going into this genre. Because again, being a horror fan, a lot of first-time directors kind of dabble in horror first because it's a little bit more easier to kind of explain a story of that nature. But this had a lot more layers to it than I expected, especially again with this being his first time out. And again, I'm a big fan of Henry Cavill and the cast. So I think they all came together pretty well. And I didn't see the twist with the twins there, even though I'm not a big fan of the twin, storylines that we see in certain movies and whatnot, but I did not see that coming. So definitely a very interesting play in the film. But no, overall, I would say very not a 14% Rotten Tomato film. That's for sure.
Very good. Brando.
Yeah, I actually liked the movie. It's not amazing by any means. And yeah, I'm looking at the Rotten Tomatoes thing right now, and it shows that only 35 people saw it, right? Yeah. And that's one thing that I came to realize too is sometimes we'll see like a movie with 88% and then with a 50%, and it's like it's some people will see that and go, oh, the movie with 88% is 38. My math's correct, right? Yeah, 38% better than the other movie. It's like, no, 38% of people liked it more, right? So it's just the amount of people who like it as opposed to like an actual rating of a 1 to 10. But no, like I enjoyed it. Again, oh man, I'm at a loss for words. I'm trying to think of like a review in my head to say about it. No, but I don't know. It was enjoyable. It's very, I don't want to say competent. Competence is a very like that kind of word, but no, like I was actually surprised with actually, Joe, did you get the budget of this? I know you said 200.
Couldn't find it.
Okay, gotcha. But yeah, no, like I'm assuming that this is a pretty low budget movie, especially for a first time writer and director. And if Wikipedia is correct and it says that it's a Canadian film, then I'm assuming that the budget wasn't very high. But for a cast, to get a cast like that and for cinematography to look like that, it doesn't look like just like a film project. It does look like actually like pretty, like just a solid, well-made movie. And I don't know, I enjoyed it. It's not a movie that I wouldn't want to rush out to get the exclusive 4K Steelbook, but I'm glad I was able to see it at least once.
Very good, very good. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I enjoy it. I think that it is a very layered movie where I didn't expect that at first. There's a lot more going on than first meets the eye, or I guess that's than is first expected when you first turn it on and get into the story. So I'm excited to chat a little bit more with David after this, especially now that we have some people that have seen it. But before we do that, while we wrap up here, I want to make sure that we give everyone the opportunity here to chat about their sites and let people know where to find you. And then we will jump off and regroup on the stream for the Q&A. So we will start with Sir Jaron coming at you. Well, maybe we are. Hold on. Comment there. We're just going to go like this because I'm StreamYard incompetent. Jaron, go for it.
So yeah, you can find me on YouTube at Jaron Talks Movies. I pretty much talk everything movies. My motto is live it, breathe it, talk about it. So anything from reviews, rankings, reactions, all that stuff, you can find all of that over on my channel, new stuff and old stuff. You can follow me on Instagram at Jaron Talks Movies and on Twitter at Jaron Williams 14. And I want to say, Joe, thank you so much for having me on. This was a blast. I had a lot of fun getting to chat with you guys and watch this movie again.
Yeah, thanks for coming, Jaron. Definitely appreciate having your input here, and it's always a blast to chat with you about whatever movie we're watching, whether it's this one, Birds of Prey, or your future love interest in Mary. Can't remember her full name, but her. Elliot.
Yeah, no, same like Jaron's sentiments there. Thank you, Joe, for having me on. Very interesting. I'm going to definitely check this out again just where I can kind of put all the pieces and some of the stuff I might have missed and nuances of certain performances. But very, very enjoyable film nonetheless. But yeah, you guys can find me here at YouTube at Movie Files, trying to watch as many things as possible. Right now, I'm in the middle of Fantasia Film Festival and try to bring some, hidden gems out, let you guys know what maybe to expect in the next year or so if some of these films get picked up. But that's going on. And of course, TV, if you guys are big TV fans out there, Lovecraft Country, covering that show, and got a lot of stuff. The Boys season 2 coming up, and a couple early screeners for some other shows. So definitely check me out on YouTube and all the other social media accounts and talking movies and shows. So yeah.
Excellent. Brando.
Yeah, well, first of all, Joe, thanks for having me on, and Jaron and Elliot, nice to talk to you guys again. It's always fun. Yeah, so like I say in all my videos, my name is Brandon, aka the Brando Critic, and it's my job on my channel to point you guys in the direction of movies worth checking out. I maybe work on that a little bit. I've been saying it for about a year, but anyways, it seems to be working. But yeah, on my channel, I'm doing reviews of the newest movies because, of course, we're getting new ones. Of course, Tenet and Bill and Ted and New Mutants are coming out. But over this last couple months, I've been doing a lot of first-time reaction videos to movies that I haven't seen before. All those movies that I'm embarrassed to say that I haven't seen, I've been getting the to-watch list a bit shorter. And I just partnered with a movie website, Movie Scene Canada, and they've been helping me out get some screeners for some certain movies and get some like press release stuff like that. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, doing a lot more live streams in the future. It's still in the brainstorm phase, but starting the Brando show kind of kind of like a talk show where I have other YouTubers on and other filmmakers and just interesting personalities. So stay tuned for that in the future. And again, Joe, thanks for having me on, man. Appreciate it.
Excellent. Hey, the best part about having the three of you on is that there's so much content that you're all producing. It's so much fun to chat about it, chat about what you're all watching, what you're all doing, and just, always finding new and intriguing ways to up my game based on how you all are doing on your channel. So I definitely appreciate you all being here. Very happy for everyone that watched. We are wrapping up the evening with 2 more sessions. Next will be the Q&A with director David Raymond of Night Hunter / No Miss. So we will pop over to that. And then following that at 9:30 Eastern, the Basic Cinephile will be hosting a watch party of Palm Springs, one of the surprising films of this year, over on Scener. So it will be chat-based. But you can find that link. There'll be a video that pops up here on YouTube that will direct you to that link. So until then, we'll see you tomorrow for a lot more fun. And guys, I really appreciate you being here.
Yes, thanks, man.
Thank you.